Hi everybody, how are you doing? This is Amanda. I do hope that you're well. So today is January the 31st, but this is a video that is linked into the energy of February, and in particular the first half of February. We have a comet in the sky. In particular, you're going to be able to view it well tomorrow on February the 1st and then for a few days thereafter. But the influence and the effects of this comet are going to be very wide-ranging, and we're going to be looking at what they are in this video. And in particular, we have, of course, Archangel Metatron, who's always here to bring some perspectives in with regards to this comet, but we also have the energy of Commander Ashtar, who I haven't channeled for a while, is one of the beings that I have channeled in the past, for those of you that are new to my channel. I do have a galactic playlist that you can look back on to sort of refresh yourself with where I'm at with regards to the galactic energy. One thing that Ashtar is always very hot on is to not call them aliens. Okay, so star beings is much a better term than alien, because they are not alien to us, they are of us and we are of them. But yes, Ashtar and the Galactic Federation of Light comes in on the platinum ray. Many of you have got the connection spray that we do sell for Ashtar that helps your own connection to the galactic realm, because it really is another realm, like the angelic realm or the dragon realm or the elemental realm. Ashtar is the one who is in the overlighting energy of that. So it's a good one to connect with, this spray. I will also just, sorry if I don't mind me just saying very quickly, because we've had all sorts of problems in the UK. We had a massive cyber attack on the Royal Mail, which is our UK leading postal service, and international mail was completely stopped for a period of, can't remember, 7 to 10 days. And it's just reopened. So that's really good for those of you that have ordered sprays, cards, anything from me recently. We're getting on top of all the orders now, and they're actually being picked up and exported and sent onward to you. But of course there is a backlog. I might very well ask Ashtar about the nature of cyber attack, because I think as a world it's something that is going to be affecting all countries going forward. Already has been for a while, but there seems to be a growth of it right now. And maybe he can shed some light on that as well. Have I also mentioned we have the Leo full moon on the 5th of February? If not, yes we do, and I'll pull some cards for that as well. But let's start with this comet, shall we? So it's called the Green Comet, or it's referred to as the Green Comet because it appears green in the sky. It's going to be the closest to the Earth on February the 1st. And I'm just reading from space.com here. It says, it hasn't been so close to Earth for 50,000 years since the last ice age. And also that was prior to the extinction of the Neanderthals. I mean, I could make a joke here, not really a joke, and say, did the Neanderthals ever really go away? Because the behaviour and the attitude of some right now, very much in our face, is showing that very Neanderthal energy. And let's hope it's just finally on its way out. And one of the messages I am getting from Ashtar, in all seriousness, is yes, it is. But it's literally like a last thrashing of this old energy as it makes its way out of our world. You're getting a lot of very toxic alpha male energies in particular, although remember, women can also hold these energies within themselves as well. It's quite unpleasant as it leaves, finally. And we're going to be birthing something new. Come back to that in a moment. But yeah, so 50,000 years is the last time we saw this comet. We won't see it again in our lifetime, whatever age you are. And what else is there to say about it? Maybe that's the gist of what we actually do need to know. Yeah, I mean, you can look it up yourself. I'll put this link below because I just want to get to the channeling, really. Let's close that down for now. And let's go to Ashtar. I have to say that the week started with his energy and is probably going to end with his energy. I opened up my curtains on Monday morning. I'm just trying to find the photograph to show you. And that was what greeted me, okay? Very galactic looking light, very platinum light. And the galactic light has just got a different quality to it. It's actually unlookable at. It's so bright. And there he was Monday morning. It's quite interesting as well. I'm realising now as I'm talking to you. Can you see the picture of the sky? And it looks almost as though we've got all of these different arms or paths. I didn't quite understand what that meant energetically until now, because I pulled 3 cards off camera before coming to do this video for you, just to get myself in the zone, work out what on earth we're going to be talking about. And this was one of the cards that came up. It's from a deck. Those are school kids walking past my house, in case you can hear. But it's all good because children of the earth, it's the new generation. This is what this is all about, as well as the new energy within ourselves. So we've got the sky with the arms. We've got this card with the arms. And it says the dimension of fire and infinite expressions. And we've got the womb with the fire energy. Now this goes back to 1111 actually. The 1111 work that we did here on this channel, if you remember, was the energy of I rise. I rise. And we worked with the Kundalini energy to help that to happen. So this comet this weekend is a further push of that energy. But what you can see is that I rise, our energy, is actually being given an opportunity here to show itself in different ways, different forms of expression that maybe have not been available to us up to this point in time. Now, if I actually go to the meaning of this card in the deck, and it's the Wild Harmonic Oracle by Gabriel Merrihew that I'm looking at here. Let me just read this. So let me put the card up again so you can look at it. Think about your own self here, your own being, your own expression. So it says, drawing upon energies beyond and behind this incarnation. Think about Ashtar. It's about what we were before we incarnated, what we will be after we die here on Earth, the different lives that we've had on different planets, different star systems, etc. So let me read that first line again. Drawing upon energies beyond and behind this incarnation, past or parallel lives, creative problem solving and opening to greater potentials. This card points to the infinite possibilities of which I am one and yet have access to ultimately all others. Through symmetry, personal myth, imagination, and even contrariness, I find strange perspectives that shed new light on myself and my life, encouraging my will to take previously unthought of directions. Whatever the truth of this multiverse, I find I am in touch with wildly different ways of living within myself than just the one life I am currently leading. These alternate life visions are both commentaries on my own life and potential inspiration for lines of inquiry and action. Now, I don't know about you, my friends, but have you been noticing within yourself a thought pattern or an interest emerging of a different way of life that you may not do, or you may already be doing in a parallel universe, but that is really calling you? And it is so different from maybe how you are living now. So to give an example, to bring it to life for you with a current one I've got going at the moment, is if you've watched me for a number of years, you know I'm a very rooted Cancerian. We love our homes. We love to stay in our homes. We're very cocooned in that. I'm pretty steady and grounded. And okay, I like travel, but I love to come back to my home. Not a great adventurer. I cannot stop watching, almost to an addiction. In fact, I've left all of YouTube behind, apart from maybe one or two people. What I'm watching on YouTube is van life videos. Yeah, van life. The thought of me living in a van, getting out there, traveling, day in, day out, it probably isn't going to happen. But there's a part of me, there's a part of my multidimensional self, which is already there in all of the different places. That's just one example. So what I'm trying to express to you is that these are big things. It's not just like, well, I suppose I could do that. It's a really different part of your personality that, put it this way, if somebody knows you very well and have known you for years, and if you said, I'm actually really interested in doing this, they'd be like, what? But that's not you. But that's the beauty of this time. It's like, yeah, but it is me. This is me as well. So I really want you to think about that, because let's go back to the card. Let's go back to the Ashtar image. All of these different expressions and avenues that are there, whether you choose to take them or not, even if it's just a journey that you go on in your mind as opposed to a physical reality. But I do think to a degree they're going to manifest. Even if, my example, maybe I'm not going to disappear in a van and just live that way for the next 5 years. I'm not, realistically. But I have, for example, just booked a holiday to Switzerland, and we're going to be going probably in some sort of like van-like thing there. We're driving down. So can you see what I mean? It's like whatever the dream is, however big the new adventure is, the full scale of it might not be achievable, but you might be able to chip off a little bit of it and experience that. So it's really quite exciting. So yes, that card is speaking to me. Also, I know we're talking Ashtar, but also this very much strikes me, it's linked into Kali Ma as well. Kali with the arms. And again, Kali had all of those arms and often had daggers in them to cut away the demons, to cut away the negativity, the toxicity. If you put Kali's energy together with what I've just said, we have Kali and we have Ashtar. I mean, what a bizarre combination in many ways, but what a brilliant combination to put together. The toughness of, well, I'm not saying Ashtar's not tough, because he is, but you can just feel the difference of those two energies. I had a hilarious comment that came in on a video yesterday, and I'm just going to share it because it's the same thing. Somebody said to me, they said, get him off the wall. He has no right to be on the wall next to him. This is Jesus, this is Metatron, And it's so funny because it's like that set of ingredients, Metatron and Jesus together, really triggered the hell out of somebody. But to me, it's just like, bring it on, bring it on. The more the better. Let's bring Kali and Ashtar together now and see what happens with that. So this is real thinking out of the box type energy. It's really liberating. But I actually thinking about it, how perfect is it that we have that Leo full moon to help us make the most of it? Because the thing about the Leo energy is it helps us to step into an energy more of leadership. Doesn't mean we've got to be a leader. Just, again, we take in a little bit of that energy of leadership, a little bit more of the brightness of the sun, a little bit more exuberance, a little bit more extravagance, a little bit more of, yeah, of course I can do it type energy. So it's quite an exciting week, this actually. But you have to have the ability to tune into it, because not everybody will have noticed this. Not everybody will be aware of these different aspects of themselves, or they will deny it. You are being gifted an opportunity this week to remember the vastness of all that you are, the different expressions of all that you are. So let's go to Ashtar now and feel into a few more messages. I also want to show you another card here that I pulled off camera, but I can't really show you, but I've basically got a picture here of, I guess, a star being. And I wanted to put my star being crystal that you've seen many times before, I wanted to place it absolutely on the womb area of this star being. And I was thinking, that's a strange place to put it. It's literally, and it felt really like wet, without being crude, really wedged into the womb, into the private area. It's like if we were doing healing on ourselves now, and you lie crystals onto you, this literally wants to go between your legs. Okay. And I was thinking, what is this all about? And then I got it, that it's all linked into this comet and this week. Think about it, 50,000 years is the last time we saw it. Neanderthal Man was walking the earth. To put in the energy of the star being, the crystalline energy, I'm wanting to keep saying right between your legs. Literally, it's in the womb, it's in the reproductive organs. We're birthing this, we're seeding this. This is as far removed from Neanderthal man and Neanderthal energy as you can get. It's so extreme. And the card that came up is this one. And it says, what does it say? It says deeper self. But I'm actually hearing remembrance of you. Remembrance of what we actually are. That we are the starlight. That we are the moonlight. That we are the universe. That we are the godlight, that we came from that. We came from that. And that is being seeded this week. I feel in all of us that are aware and ready for it. I mean, there's part of me that thinks, is it being seeded in everybody? Let me just tune into that. No is what I'm hearing, no. Because I think increasingly we're living on a planet of different vibrational frequencies, and you can't hold the energy of this crystalline galactic light that is going to really grow and expand and evolve and do something if you're not ready. It's seeded in everybody, but I'm being shown, I don't know why I'm being shown cress, but I'm being shown cress for some reason. You know when you put cress onto cotton wool and I think, oh, okay, right, I understand why I'm being shown cress. Cress is quite easy to grow. You don't have to be particularly green-fingered. You don't have to be Monty Don. You don't have to be an expert gardener to grow cress. All cress basically needs is the seeds put onto a bit of cotton wool, bit of water. You'll get there basically. So the galactic light is like cress seeds within all of us. But this comet's arrival is going to trigger something within those of us that are watering it. So, but it's very womb energy. It's very reproductive organ energy. And it's primal. I think that's why I keep saying between your legs. It's primal energy. It's tailbone energy. So this is an extension of what came through in November. I rise. Hold on to your seatbelts, guys. Okay, right, let's see what else I can get. Let's go now to the spray. And then I'm going to pull some cards on this comet. So, Commander Ashtar. And it's like I just want to say welcome back. Welcome back. But it's like what he's saying to us. Welcome back to the fact that a large proportion of people now are remembering this. It's going to be watered. It's going to be watered. Okay, let's see what else Ashtar wants to say at this point. Ashtar, the comet, 50,000 years ago. Ice Age, Neanderthal Man. I'm seeing an egg. I'm seeing the eggshell breaking. Embryonic energy. This is embryonic energy. The egg, of course, it's like star being energy that I'm seeing bursting out of this egg. Wow. Let me pull a couple of cards, guys. Let me pull a couple of cards at this point. Okay. This is a strange deck to use, but it is the one I'm being called to use. It's the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Great deck, but I don't know if it's just because it's blue, but I don't think it is. Let's just see. Calling in Metatron as well. Metatron's saying, we're going back to this Neanderthal energy. There is an energy right now of people trying to recreate the wheel. A lot of wasted energy. A lot of people just trying to copy or imitate rather than be the creator and the inventor of their own life, of their own product, of their own experience, of their own life. And Metatron saying this is actually linked into all of these scam artists that are out there. You know, I've talked about cyber attacks earlier, but this is slightly different. But, you know, the scale of fraud that is out there at the moment, the scale of, you know, if you're on any of the social media accounts, people pretending to be other people. I've got people pretending to be me, people setting up accounts in my name on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube as well. And it's like all these fake personas, people hiding behind other people's creation. So this thing about trying to recreate the wheel, stop trying to recreate somebody else's wheel. Get off their wheel, because it's not yours to be on in the first place. Do some... There's just this, there's this feeling of almost like impatience from spirit. When a human being's going to stop imitating and copying? When is a new formula going to arrive? Yeah, the energy of deceit. The energy of deceit. So much deceit that's out there. Okay, Metatron wants to talk about this for a moment. Let me just pull one other card that goes with this. I feel as though there's something I want to say, but I just want to make sure. Oh, okay, that's come out. Contract. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm still focused on this month. I'm not saying all of this happens in February, but this is what the Comet energy is bringing in. I mean, we're focusing on money. I have to say that this morning has all been about money for me. I sat down with a lady who came to our house who was talking about pensions and saving plans. And I was totally in the zone of that. You know, what do I need to do and all of that. It's also the day in the UK, I don't know if it's worldwide, where we have to get your tax returns in. I'm saying this because these are all money cards, okay? So you could read this collectively, you could read it, I hope not, but some of you will be able to read it individually as well. We have been lied to. We have been told that the cupboard is bare. But as I said in my last video linked into the war, there's always enough money for war. There's always enough money for what they want there to be enough money for, okay? And there is huge deceit with regards to that. This is also very much the energy of the haves and the have-nots. The energy of Marie Antoinette. Let them eat cake. No understanding whatsoever of people really struggling, really struggling. This is also the day in the UK, just to bring in a UK reference, where I woke up, the first piece of news I saw was that the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, have said that the UK is the only G7 country that will be going into recession this year due to the cost of living crisis, inflation, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's like, how far do we want to go? Do we want to go to the International Monetary Fund? Do we want to go to the World Bank? I know there's a lot of stuff out there with regards to the resetting of finances. I don't believe we're going to have I personally don't believe we're going to have a complete collapse of the financial systems and situations, but I do believe there's going to be a balancing and a reckoning, and those that have been putting their fingers into pies that they shouldn't have been, are going to be found out. This is the card of justice. There's a government minister in the UK, Nazim, can't remember his second name. He just forgot to declare £5 million. As you do, you just forget to declare it, forgot to pay his tax on that type of thing. But his type of template is in every single country around the world. Let's look at some of the other countries that are really suffering, whether it's South Africa, Brazil, Mexico, you just go on and on and on. Financial mismanagement, but the energy of deceit and greed and all of that coming up to be cleansed. Let's go back to Neanderthal Man. Neanderthal Man, the energy of that is all about hoarding. And in that day and age, you did have to hoard, because maybe, I don't know, you had to kill an animal, or you had to pick a plant, and that plant might not then be in season for another 6 months. Maybe that would be the only animal that would stray into your area to eat. You hoarded, because it was survival. These are survival energies that are coming up right now. So again, where are you? Let's now talk about you rather than just the collective energy. Where are you maybe calling yourself short? What I mean by that is, where are you deceiving yourself with regards to what you expect the universe to provide? I'm going into an energy here of victimhood and lack. And I know this is triggering for some, because if you haven't got anything, it's very hard to hear this. But I truly believe we live in an abundant universe. But if you've got an energy of lack or victimhood, either within yourself or within your family line, where you've deceived yourself in thinking that you're only ever going to get nothing, this is coming up now to be balanced. So this is a very multi-dimensional message with regard to money. At one level, we can look at the deceit collectively in terms of how our leaders, our dear leaders, behave. But equally, Metatron wants to take it down to you as well, and your relationship with money, your relationship with finance. I also, because it's so top of mind, because I've sat with a pensions advisor this morning, we can, when we are younger, deceive ourselves and not think about old age. We just assume that maybe we're going to be okay, or we don't put anything away for a rainy day. I just want to ask you, where are you deceiving yourself with regards to your relationship with money? Because it's almost as though the energy of money wants to be raised, so that we see it as something that is of God, that money is of God. Everything in this universe is of God. It's just, what are you going to do with money? There's nothing wrong with having money per se. It's what you do with it. You can do a lot of good with money. Okay, I wasn't expecting this to be about really money, but anyway, that's what Metatron wanted to bring through. Okay, so we've got that one message. Let's now pull 3 cards linked into the comet appearing. So 1st of February in particular, so near to Earth. We've got the financial message. We've got the expansion of ourself, the birth of or the seeding and the watering of the galactic light within us. What other messages are there coming in with this comet? What other messages are there coming in with this comet? What other messages are there coming in with this comet? This comet's energy is absolutely about freeing us up, because this is the human race. Look at it. Look at the state of us. We're all tied up. We're all, the card of attachment, the card of all tied up. We've also got the card of envy. I realise now why I had to use this deck, because it has got some pretty good shadow cards within it. These are lower energies that the human race is hanging on to for dear life. Again, trigger alert, trigger alert, trigger alert. This is the energy of envy with regards to what other people may have, because there's a part of yourself that uses it as an excuse to maybe not get yourself out there. It's all right for them. They can do it, but I can't. I'll never have that. Is one layer of it. Another layer of it is you might be born into a country where you don't have the equal opportunities. You don't have the ability to get to this golden state. So you do envy. But I feel as though this comet's energy is coming in to help untie that, to bring in a door to value for everybody, for all countries. Now, I know this sounds like pie in the sky stuff, which is like, oh, well, it sounds brilliant, but that's not going to happen tomorrow. No, of course it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in February. What this comet is doing is it's laying the groundwork for New Earth. New Earth has to be built on different principles of fairness, ability to manifest for all. But for that to happen, we have to clear out corruption. We have to clear out lower energy that we have within ourselves, where we're clinging on to an old way. The truth is that wherever you were born in the world, despite what you might have been in a past life and where you might have lived before, you were born in South Africa, or you were born in Canada, or you were born in the UK. You were born in the country that you're born in for a reason. You're here to help that country throw off the shackles of its past, throw off the cultural conditioning that that country may have to base chakra things. Money, survival, health maybe. And it is a really strange thing to say, but I do believe it's the truth that cultures and countries can hold on to identities that are actually very debilitating for itself and the wider world. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Because they don't know any other way. So you get powerful light workers that come into particular countries to help countries evolve and move towards seeing themselves as worthy, etc. This applies to all countries around the world. You see, there's a reason why I told you that news about the IMF today in the UK. When I read that, my first natural instinct was, well, sod that. You know, we can change that. There's enough entrepreneurs in the UK. There's enough motivated people. It brings up in me, well, we'll show them. It's not going to be as bad as that. It's not going to be as bad as that. We can create a different reality. You know, just because you're telling us that as a country we're going to descend into the depths of recession and it's going to be terrible. And yeah, it is really difficult for a lot of people at the moment, but it doesn't help when you see that. My energy as a light worker is no, we're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to thrive in this energy. But there will be another portion of the population that look at that and are just so tied into, yeah, well, they've told us that we're going to be in recession, so God, yeah, it's going to be really bad. Break out of that. Break out of that. So I think this week you're being asked to look at your country's patterns, your country's underlying beliefs that it has about itself, its place in the world. And are you going to challenge that? Are you going to challenge it? Or are you going to just accept the same old, same old? Back to Ashtar. Ashtar is showing not just ourselves as individuals can change and show different expressions of who we are, but so can countries. Okay? So this is very macro and micro. It's big. It's really big. Okay. Right, let's park that message now because I feel I've done that. And let's go to another deck. 36 minutes, gateway energy. I feel like I want to bring a galactic animal in. Now, I say galactic animal. This is the divine... What is this? The Divine Animal Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. There's an animal in here that's been wanting to escape all week. And let's see what it is. The horse. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. The white horse. We have the white horse energy again. The energy, I mean, that could be, look at it, for goodness sake. We have the white horse going through the gateway. The white horse feels as though it's very centered on Christ consciousness, unicorn energy, 33 energy, the energy of love. It's racing ahead. And I don't know whether you can see what it says above the horse. It says freedom. Freedom. The energy of freedom. So I've got to go back to the finances again. You see, again, the other thing is about it's freedom from debt. It's about freedom from worry. It's freedom from, put it this way, if you're tying yourself up in knots and worrying and worrying and worrying about money, you're not going to have a good relationship with money. We have to get to a place where we have a looser energy of flow with regards to money. That's what's coming in with this energy of the white horse. So let me just grab the book because this book is worth having a quick look at. Let's see what it says about the horse. So this is card 24. 24, the horse, freedom. Oh gosh, it's pages and pages long. I'll just go to the end bit, which is about horse magic. Horse magic is profoundly free and powerful. To ride a horse at full gallop is to experience a sacred bolt of the most primal liberty. Liberty. When you are feeling trapped or small, expand your field by calling for their energy. There is a lot, horse energy invokes a calm and solid presence and can be used to quiet your spirit if you're feeling disturbed. Horses in their current form evolved years ago and were domesticated. They come in all shapes and sizes, from giant Shire horse breeds to the dish-faced Arabians and the tiny miniature horses. Okay, well, we've got the energy of the horse. To be truly free, we must learn true independence. Trust yourself, as listening to people who may have another agenda is not the way to make good, clear decisions. Okay. The horse. I'd like to have a look at this full moon in Leo now and how this is playing into everything. Full moon in Leo. Self-creating. Self-destruction. Yeah, look. This is pivotal times that we're in. Are we going to keep carrying on in that old cycle of destruction? Self-destruction as well. Self-destruction, the worst type. Self-sabotage, self-destruction, telling yourself you can't do it, you can't change, you can't evolve. How many more years? 50,000 years since this last comet came. But this full moon in Leo is helping us to break free from a pattern of self-destruction to one of self-creation. Self-creation. Powerful, powerful energy. Let's bring in the Metatron Fire Elemental. I don't know how to say this in a polite way. I can't really say this in a polite way. I'm hearing, have you heard of the expression, a red hot poker up your jacksie? That's what I'm hearing. This is like the biggest shove that we've had for a while. Red hot poker up your jacksie. It's time to get moving. It's time to get moving. It's time for the world to really get moving. I feel an impatience from spirit with us. I don't blame them personally, do you? How many times have they seen us come back to Earth and incarnate and we're making the same mistakes? We're going around in the same circles. We get frustrated with ourselves. Imagine what our guides feel like. This fire elemental means business, and I'm just wondering what we can do to help us prepare for this. There is definitely a reluctant energy that I'm feeling. It's a bit like this. When you get given a big opportunity to evolve, the ego and the shadow that doesn't necessarily understand it or want it because it wants its creature comforts, it wants what it knows, it wants to stay where it might be comfortable or uncomfortable, it's just what it knows, goes into intransience and digging your heels in. This is not a time to dig your heels in because you're going to be forced. These energies are forceful. I'm also picking up something going on with Mother Earth. Let me just pull a couple of cards for her. Because Mother Earth, sorry about the loud noise there, it was something dropping off my desk. In fact, I know what it was, and I will just tell you because it's relevant. It was a selenite. I've shown it to you before, the selenite ruler with the elements on it. So that was that noise. Selenite meeting the Ellenite. Selenite meeting the Ellenites. I've just made a new word up again. The Ellenites. The Ellenites. Selenite and the elements meeting. Selenite is a crystal that helps us to cleanse. It's a master cleanser. It's also an energy that links us to, for example, the angelic frequency. Probably the galactic frequency as well. Higher frequencies coming in to earth, fire, water. And I'm going to have to show it to you now, otherwise you're going to think I'm off my rocker. Hold on. This is what fell off. Where's it gone? Here we are. That loud clash was this. Fire, earth, water, air, spirit. We're going to sell these soon. I don't think they've arrived yet. That's not why I'm showing it to you. A purging, a cleansing of Mother Earth. Because, put it this way, if you've got a powerful comet and a powerful full moon coming in to try to force the human race to change and us as individuals to change and move and evolve, and a big portion of that human race is just digging their heels in, are like, no, no, no. If we're not going to do it, Mother Earth is going to help us to do it. She's going to take some of the slack for us. Let's see what messages we've got from Mother Earth. Mother Earth with regards to the energy of this comet. Mother Earth, the energy of this comet. I feel the energy of, oh, I remember it well. It's like I remember it well. It's like a mother remembering an event, something that she's seen before, she's witnessed before. We have the energy of dragonfly emergence and ancestors' generations. So Mother Earth reminding us that the ancestors have prepared for these days that we're in. They've paved the way for us. Look at that Kundalini snake making its way through all of these different ancestors' hands for this to happen. Emergence, dragonfly. Impact on Mother Earth of this comet. Impact on Mother Earth of this comet. Look at that, rebirth. I knew that card was going to come up. We've also got dance, celebration. Just picking up, as we know she is, this very wise, loving energy, which is Gaia, who knows that this rebirth is going to be happening whether we like it or not, really. It's like the mother who gets ready for the party, knowing that the child is going to want it. And yeah, we've got spring equinox highlighted here as well. I don't know when spring equinox is off the top of my head in terms of the actual date, but I guess we're going into April time, something like that. So yeah, because look at this card as well. We've got the snake again, karma, DNA, ancestors. There's an awful lot that's being cleaned out of our system at the moment. And again, when I went back and I was talking about the arrival of the galactic seed, we've already got it within us, the cress being watered. This is to do with galactic DNA that is also arising at this time as well. So let's just literally sit with that for a moment. Let's go back to Ashtar, DNA, galactic DNA, merging with ancestral DNA, merging with Earth's DNA, merging with the elemental DNA, he's showing me the energy of the world, and it's like something you'd see out of a film. It's almost like I can see the world, the rim of the world, the earth, and it's like all these people standing on the earth's crust effectively, and waving at this comet as it goes by. Now, whether that is actual or whether it's just, intentional, but there's going to be a wave. Like those Mexican waves that they have in football matches. I'm seeing like something similar to that. It's not coordinated, you don't see it, but it's energetically happening. The fact that tomorrow I will look up in the sky and I'll notice it, and I'll acknowledge it, and I'll pull down that energy, and I will allow it to flower within me. And then that will happen with the person in the street behind me or in front of me, and then the next town, the next city, the next country. It's like there's a very powerful group of light workers, of which you and I are one, who are going to be pulling this down, integrating it, acknowledging it, literally waving at it, acknowledging it like the ancestors before us did 50,000 years ago. Wow, look at that. And it brings this beautiful energy that encircles our world and helps bring down the change. But definitely DNA within ourselves as well being triggered in a good way for the emergence of these multiverse aspects of self within ourself, multifunctional aspects within ourself. Okay, let's pull a couple of cards finally for this full moon in Leo, and I'm going to leave it there for now. I think I'd like to go to a tarot deck, and we're going to go to the Lion's Gateway tarot deck as we're dealing with the Leo energy. Let's just see. Any other final messages? Leo full moon, 5th of February. 5th of February, Leo full moon. 5th of February, Leo full moon. The High Priestess and the Moon and the Two of Pentacles. This is almost Spirit saying, we wonder what choice humanity will make. This moon is important. There is going to be access to the hidden parts of yourself, your intuition, your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your clairsentience, access to your higher self, access to mysteries within you, hidden parts of yourself. What are you going to do with them? What are you going to choose? And what are you going to be walking away from? And if you can walk away, you can enter into this energy, which is the energy of the new start, the full, the start of a completely new cycle. This comet's arrival, the full moon in Leo, is about the completion of a cycle within our own lives and within humanity's lives. It's beautiful. It can be beautiful. Be very aware of your intentions, your thoughts, your actions, your energy this week. And more than anything, acknowledge and notice the comet. Even if you can't see it, even if it's thick cloud, just know that it's there. Give thanks for it, acknowledge its arrival. Give thanks and acknowledge Mother Earth beneath your feet. Give thanks and acknowledge your own body, your own life, and honour that. Okay, my friends, I'm going to leave it there. Take care of yourself. Lots of love till next time. Bye-bye for now. Bye.